Welcome to Whiskey's a Journey. My name is Peter Falciano. I have another Sip It or Skip It episode coming at you. If you are new to the channel and you don't know what's going on, I have all of my whiskeys randomized on my phone. I'm going to spin the wheel, whatever it selects. I'm going to pull it off the shelf, do a quick review, let you know if I'm going to keep sipping on the bottle until it's gone and replace it because I like it. Or if I don't like it and the bottle's gone, I'm going to skip buying it and move on to something else. So let's go ahead and spin the wheel and see what we are doing today. I think the randomizer updated and there's a new clicking noise to it. I don't know if I like that or not. So we are going to be reviewing Balcones Bourbon. I think this is just actually I think this might be the original Balcones that I actually ever purchased. So let me go ahead and grab it, do a review. All right, I have to take that back. Balcones single malt. Balcones number 1 single malt was the first one I got. This one is the pot still of bourbon. So let's go ahead and pour this thing and let you know what I think of it. Do me a favor, if you are interested in supporting the channel, I have an ongoing monthly giveaway happening. All of the rules to the giveaway are in the description below. All right, this smells pretty sweet and I did a pretty healthy pour. Don't think I'll be drinking all of this. All right, I just peeled an orange and I have a little bit of orange, I guess, zest or orange oils on my finger there. So let me get this one out of there. All right, this is heavy cinnamon forward. Smells pretty sweet, and I think the sweetness is coming from like a dark brown sugar, not a white sugar. Don't really get candy notes to this. So the sweetness is dark brown sugar, light brown sugar, cinnamon, a little bit of spice, but it definitely also has an oak presence. And not oaky like in aged oak, but there is maybe a Texas oak note coming through. It's not quite cardboard and it's not like a damp, dusty kind of basement, but there's a wood note that is almost well, I don't want to say almost, it is a sugary wood type note. Almost as if you were soaking the wood in brown sugar. That's kind of what I'm getting here. It smells really good on the nose, but I also don't think it's very proofy. And I got to remember not to smell with this hand because those orange oils are there. I have to refresh my memory. This is a 46% straight bourbon whiskey. $24.99 at the point or the time that I purchased this. I don't know if they're any more or less at this point, but all of the information for this is right here. I also have a link to a document in the description. If you're interested in looking at my previous Monday review scores along with my totality of my Sip It or Skip It episodes, everything is there. I think you just highlight it, open it up, and then it opens up into a document. So let me go ahead and get this thing on the nose one more time and then get it on the palate. Yeah, it does. It really does smell like a sugar-soaked log. Cinnamon and brown sugar. I like the way that it smells. Let's go ahead and get it on the palate. Cheers, everybody. Oh yeah, that's really nice. And I do have a question for everybody. This definitely says Texas pot still bourbon. And I do believe column still is what a bourbon is typically run through. If you know a distinct difference of like what some of the taste or some of the aromas that you could be getting from a pot still as opposed to a column still, let me know in the comments down below. This hits the palate nice and soft with a little bit of spice as it's traveling from the arrival to mid palate to finish. That sweetness elevates, that brown sugar and that sugar-soaked log oaky note starts to elevate. It's pretty well rounded all the way through. The finish is slightly bitter. I mean, very, very slightly bitter, but it's not getting to the point where I think it's overwhelmingly bitter. The fruit notes are not there. Typically like a cherry or a raspberry or a strawberry. I'm not getting fruit notes there. If I had to pinpoint a specific fruit, I think this would be somewhere around those, like a white fleshy fruit, like an apple or a pear. I wouldn't get into pineapple or peaches. I don't think it's anything like that. I think it might be more towards the apple and pear note. Yeah, I like that. Let me go and get a second sip, concentrate a little bit more on the finish, and then let you know if this is going to be a sip or a skip. And if you've had this, please let me know what you think of the entire Balcones lineup. If you are a fan of them, if you are not a fan of them, what have you had? What have you liked? What have you not liked? All right, second sip. All right, that's interesting. That second sip is now hitting much softer on the palate. I get some honey notes, but all those other notes are there. The cinnamon, the brown sugar, the sugar-soaked log, along with a little bit of spice. And again, those fleshy apple or pear notes are coming through. And they're also, on the finish, there is like a toasted note, like a graham cracker, like a s'more kind of thing. This is interesting. I haven't had this in such a long time. I completely forgot that I even had it. And for the price, I mean, we're looking at $24.99, a Texas whiskey or a Texas straight bourbon whiskey. This is good. I like this quite a bit. So based on what I am saying here, if I'm going to keep this on the shelf, if this is gone, I think I will replace it. So this is going to be a sip for me. Being a Texas whiskey, being very unique, maybe it being a pot still bourbon, this would be an interesting conversation to have with people. If they were to come over, or if I were to bring this over to somebody's house or a bottle share, I think this would spark some conversation. One, Texas bourbon. Two, being a pot still bourbon, being inexpensive, and being able to talk about all of the Texas nuances that people get. Because I think Texas whiskey is pretty divisive. Some people love it. Some people absolutely hate it. I don't think there's anything to dislike about this bottle. So do me a favor again, let me know in the comments down below what you think of Balcones. Do you like them? Do you not like them? Like, subscribe, share, do all those things that YouTubers ask you to do. If you're interested in supporting the channel, read through the giveaway rules. It's just an ongoing giveaway. This is going to be for September. I'm not quite sure if I'm doing a First Friday Flight Fight or not, or if I'm going to be posting a WhiskeyTube Sample Swap from Tom over at the Bourbon Jerk. Getting off on a tangent doesn't make a difference. Read the rules that are in the description below. Drop some comments about Texas whiskey and wherever you're at in your journey. I hope you're enjoying it, and we'll talk to everybody later. Bye.